Welcome back. We continue our conversation with the Deputy Chairperson of the National Council of Provinces, Govender. Over the past 30 years of democracy, as we reflect, we take a look at some of the big challenges that are being faced in the country. A very good evening to you. I hope that the line is a lot clearer this time around. As we reflect on the Day of Reconciliation today, perhaps let's take stock of some of the big lessons over the 30 years of democracy about integration between national, provincial and local government. What stands out for you?
Firstly, thank you very much, Jimpo, for having me on your program, and greetings to your viewers across the country and indeed across the world. I think firstly, the past 30 years has indeed been a wonderful learning experience for our young democracy. There was much to learn because as a democratic government, it was a new situation for us. And I can say now confidently from the space of the NCOP, the National Council of Provinces, that what we have found is that there has to be a greater realignment of how work is being done between the three spheres of government. And to this extent, what we have done in August, we staged the first three-sphere planning program for the 7th administration. And it was a wonderfully successful event where we had all three spheres of government actively participating in the way forward. And this augurs very well for us as we plan for the 7th administration.
But that hasn't always been the case, as we see how the different spheres are working in silos. Historically, there have been problems with the systems of communication over provincial and national government. As we look at that, what would you say have been some of the biggest challenges?
Well, firstly, I would say that some of the biggest challenges stem from the fact that, as you rightly said, the three spheres of government were working in silos. They were not planning together. To give a simple example, if a local municipality is not informed that a provincial level of government wants to build a housing complex in a particular area, now that local municipality will not be on board in terms of providing the kind of infrastructure that housing project will need in terms of the supply of water, supply of electricity, even the road infrastructure. So there has to be these three spheres of government coming together, planning together, not only when it concerns the APPs, the annual performance plans, but also when it concerns their budgeting process. So the budget must tie in with the APP at all three levels of government in order for the citizens of our country to benefit from service delivery that they so desperately need. And this is what we found in the past. Although there was some degree of forward planning, but it wasn't sufficient to filter down to the local level so that people benefit. So what we are stressing upon in this 7th administration is that we need to ensure that the planning is done properly so that people on the ground would be able to benefit from what filters down from national government down to the local sphere.
So to create that cohesion and consistency, how does the district development model aim to address that issue of government working in silos?
Firstly, we must keep in mind that the DM is an intergovernmental framework that ensures that all three spheres of government, including the SOEs, work together in order to bring about a synergy so that the planning process is effective and the implementation thereafter is also done in an efficient manner so that the benefits are felt by the people on the ground. Now, when we had the three-sphere planning in August, we were very, very excited that all three spheres of government were well represented, starting from ministers at national level, deputy ministers, premiers of provinces, as well as MECs at executive level and local government level, including SALGA representatives, the South African Local Government Association. They were on board the House of Traditional and Khoisan leaders, they were on board. So it is a very exciting period for us in the NCOP to actually lead this process and to take everybody on board when it comes to the planning and implementation.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us this evening. Deputy Chairperson of the Council of Provinces, Les Govender, thank you for your time. We continue on the other end of this to bring you more news as we take you to the top of the hour. Don't go away.